Hey everybody, welcome back to Those Fake Nerds. I'm your host, Brian. Anytime a group of ragtag indie developers try to make a game from an IP that's being underserviced or like a mod, think Sky Oblivion trying to recreate the Elder Scrolls Oblivion in Skyrim, or, trying to pretty much make any type of game without the license, it's always risky, right? So there's a team that was working on a Bionicle game called Bionicle Masks of Power. And if you don't know Bionicle, they are kind of like, I think when I was a kid, a teenager, they were kind of like marketed as like Legos for teenagers, where they have like these kind of movable Lego guys who could like fight, and there were different like monsters and enemy, and it was a whole interesting thing at the time. Can't say that I knew that Bionicle was still a thing, but apparently it was a thing enough to have people working on a fan game. So this is from PC Games, and this is by Ken Alsop. So Lego Bionicle fan game Massive Power shut down after 8 years. Oof, in development. LEGO has ordered the shutdown of fan game Bionicle Massive Powers just 3 months before developer team Kanohai was to launch a demo. The LEGO Group has shut down a long-awaited fan project after 8 years in development, just a few short months ahead of its planned demo. Bionicle Massive Power was a non-profit, open-world action RPG set in the universe of LEGO Bionicle. It followed the Toa's quest to collect the massive power and free the island of Mati Nui from evil Makuta. And developer team Kanhoni was due to launch a playable preview in August, but now it is no more. As someone just young enough to have caught the start of the Bionicle craze, it always felt like a perfect fit for an action game. Yet the toy line long discontinued. Okay, so it isn't still going on. Like I said, I didn't think it was. It's unlikely that we'll ever see another official release, even with so many successful LEGO games on PC. Bionicle's Massive Power promised to be the answer to that void, a sprawling open world game built in Unreal Engine 5 with 6 playable Toa heroes to take on your adventure. Sadly, it now has been brought to a close, despite some hardships over the past year. Team Kahone Keno High says in a new public statement that it was in the final stages of bug fixing and polishing for the demo's release. It was planning a shadow drop on Sunday, August 10th, 2025. Unfortunately, it seems that it will no longer happen. The LEGO Group has asked our team to shut down our project in its entirety and remove Bionicle Massive Power from the public eye. As a way to archive its work, Team Kenohai has recorded a complete video walkthrough of the demo's current state. Seen above, it reminds anyone watching that the build still had 3 months of polish to undergo before launch, meaning that the footage contains many known issues. However, we're still incredibly proud of what our team has accomplished and wanted to take this chance to share it with you. The team says that it has always made an effort to ensure our project was in good standing with the LEGO Group, carefully following its fair play guidelines, and never charged players for development, and has this claim is explaining the fan-made nature of the work. Unfortunately, it seems the LEGO Group's stance on fan-created media has changed. The developer says that it has not been given a reason for his decision, but speculates that our project was too easy to mistake for an official project at the time of writing. Searching Bionicle game on Google lists the Steam page for Bionicle's Massive Power within the first couple of links. The average person seeing a game for the first time could easily think that this was an official game at first glance, and no amount of disclaimers we could put would be able to change that. The good news is that it's not the end for the studio rebranding as Unmasked Games. The team is taking those 8 years of development work and using knowledge of the foundational for a completely original game, a currently codenamed Project Rustbound. Although it will naturally be some time before there's more to show, this has been heartbreaking news for our entire team. But we're also incredibly excited about what the future has in store and for what we'll get the chance to create next. As of right now, the game's former Steam page has been replaced by that of Project Rustbound. From the bottom of our hearts, we'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has supported us over this long journey to get where we are today. The message from the team continues. We've grown from just a couple of Bionicle fans trying to make the type of games we wished we had as kids into full-fledged independent game studio, and the only reason we've been able to grow this much is long support. Thank you. So, well, it is very disappointing that they're not going to be able to make a Bionicle game. I do think what they said at the end there is positive. They're going to stay together as a team, and they're going to actually make a game that people will actually pay for. So they might actually make some money, and this could be good press when Project Rustbound comes out or is like starting to be teased. I'm sure they'll be able to be like, hey, remember us? Or the people who are making that Bionicle game? Well, we pivoted and we made this. So it does suck that all that work was for naught. But on the other hand, they spent all that time making and learning stuff, and they were able to become a new studio out of it, and hopefully they'll have a lot of success going forward and making games. And realistically, like, these types of games, because of their nature of not really being able to monetize in any way, since they don't own the IPs to these, they're really like better for practicing your skills, making portfolios, and trying to get people to hire you, or in this case, practicing your skills and using it to make your own games. So hopefully things will go well for them going forward. But what do you think? Do you think Lego is out of line for canceling this because there was no monetary incentive to it, or do you kind of agree with them that they were using their IP without permission? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brian. I'm a fake nerd, but this has been some real news. We'll see you in the next one.